of those who fought in World War One because it was seen to be too craven to the crown. That was 1998. If you look at the time that has elapsed since the Good Friday Agreement, since these first overtures, I mean, Europe was rebuilt after the Second World War in roughly the same time. So this is a reality for the last 5 years, half dozen years, certainly since the St Andrews Agreement. There has been normality, but there has been normality between Ireland and Britain much longer than that.
But you've hit upon something. I think also there is a thirst and there is a hunger, I think, from within Britain, and indeed maybe even within a new generation in Ireland, to understand more fully the history between these two countries.
The history is made every day with the traffic of people between both countries. If you think that there's £1 billion worth of trade conducted between both countries every week, not that Ireland itself is, as a trading partner, is worth more than Brazil, India, Russia, China combined, just as a trading partner. If you look at the cultural links, if you look at the shared history, if you look at the fact that there's 6 million people between both countries who actually have a shared bond, I mean, that is a reality. What this is, I mean, the fact that this happened with the tacit blessing, or indeed even more than tacit blessing, of the leader of Sinn Féin, suggests that the reality on the ground has changed. But this is a reality that's been the norm for several years now. There will inevitably be extremist groups. That's a vestigial legacy of the politics of recent years.
Well, historic times, certainly, and we're witnessing them, and we'll be covering and following the Queen, obviously, today here on Sky News HD. Bernard Purcell, thank you very much indeed for your take on things. Sport coming your way with Jackie right after this short break.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney could be in a little bit of trouble on Twitter, plus penalty drama in last night's League One semi-final playoff match. And I've been speaking to Paula Radcliffe, who told me it could be 5th time lucky for her at the London Olympics.
It's my job to get into accidents, but it's not yours. And you shouldn't stand for it. So if you've been in an accident at work, on the road, or anywhere else for that matter, then you may deserve compensation. Call BGR Bloomer today on 0800 177 555. It's free to find out if you have a claim, and 100% of the compensation goes directly to you. BGR Bloomer.
Available now.
Now, here comes the sport. Why are you laying into Wayne Rooney when he's only saying what you and others would say in stronger terms?
I agree. I totally agree. And you know what? He should not get into trouble for whatever he said on Twitter, because if someone is aggravating you and insulting you to the extent this guy was, then he deserves it back.
Okay, give us the detail.
Right, anyway, it's happened before. It won't be the first time, it won't be the last time that a footballer will be in a bit of a row on Twitter for just making his feelings known. A fan provoked him on the social networking site, posting a message which said, amongst other things, that Rooney is fat and he would like to smash the striker's head in. Rooney responded, "I'll put you to sleep in 10 seconds. Rooney suggested a meeting at the training ground, tweeting, "I hope you turn up. If you don't, I'm going to tell everyone you're scared, you little nit. I'll be waiting." Big words. In an effort to defuse the situation, Rooney later tweeted, "Haha, bits of banter." The Twitter account belonging to the follower, who was a Liverpool fan who taunted Rooney, was subsequently deleted, and you can't see it now. Huddersfield manager Lee Clark has called their League One semi-final victory over Bournemouth his finest achievement in football. It was a close encounter and went all the way to penalties. This is what happened. Huddersfield twice led before half-time at the Garpham, with goals from Lee Peltier and Danny Ward. But Bournemouth made sure the game went into extra time thanks to a Steve Lovell double. His first was a penalty and the second one was a brilliant effort, finished at a very tight angle.
Nice goal. Very
good goal. Bournemouth went ahead after Danny Ings scored in the first half of extra time, but they only held on to the lead for a minute. Anthony Kay equalised for Huddersfield, taking the game to penalties. And after Bournemouth missed 2 spot kicks in the shootout, Kay stepped up converting the winner. 4-2 on pens. They go to Old Trafford to play either Peterborough or MK Dons in the final. Well, one team hoping not to be in the Championship next year, that is Blackpool. They need to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford this weekend to make sure of avoiding the drop. Boss Ian Holloway says a second season in the Premier League means everything to his players.
If we're celebrating it, Man United it'd be more than a dream come true. Can you imagine them having a party, us having a party with them? It would be something else, and that's what I see happening. I believe we're good enough. I honestly do.
I hope they don't get relegated. 33-year-old Porto manager Andre Villas-Boas has become the youngest manager ever to win a major European trophy. His side Braga Porto beats Braga 1-0 in the final of the Europa Cup. The Colombian striker Falcao scored the winner at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. He used to work for Mourinho at Chelsea and now he's his own man. Just a year after being relegated, Worcester are back in Rugby Union's Premiership. They won the second leg of their Championship playoff final against Cornish Pirates, 25-20. Former England fly-half Andy Good scored the winning try. Thousands of fans, riders and cycling officials have paid their respects to Wouter Weland. The funeral for the Belgian rider who was killed in a crash on the Giro d'Italia last week was held at St Peter's Church in Ghent. He was 26 years old and was due to become a father later on in the year.
Nice touch with the scarves, which obviously have some significance.
Yeah, his team. I went to meet Paula Radcliffe last night, and she was doing a little gentle jog, Battersea Park, 5K.
Did you jog with her?
No, I could have done. She was with her mum, actually. It was the Race for Life, you know, the Tesco Race for Life, where you race for cancer, where they're all in pink, and only usually women race it. She is training for the Olympics. It will be her 5th Olympics in London 2012. She's just had another baby, so she's got 2 kids now. She runs 120 miles.
You look quite like Paula Radcliffe. Look, it's hard to tell who's who there.
That's what everyone said on Twitter. She always has a disaster at the Olympics, but she says she's got a pretty good feeling about this one.
If I can get there healthy with a really good build-up, then I really think I can go in there and still challenge for a medal. I mean, obviously, maybe I'm not quite going to run the fast times that I did 10 years ago, but I still think that I can run under 220, and I think that's good enough to win. And then I think the added factor of it being in England and the support that I'm going to get from the London crowds and things, that is definitely going to give you an extra boost. And then I also think what I've been through in the past Olympics kind of gives me an added fire in there too.
Olympic redemption, that's what she needs.
Okay, thank you, Jacqueline. Let's see if there's any redemption to be had with the weather picture. It's hello, good morning, and there she is appearing in her tartan.
In the sunshine. It's going to be beautiful this morning, Eamon. It's chilly out there. Temperatures are down to around 1 degree at the moment in mid-Wales, but there'll be lots of sunshine.
As the hot spell extends across the Gulf, we'll still make sure you feel refreshed.
It's around 5 Celsius in Dublin, 7 Celsius at Heathrow just now, so colder than we've seen in recent mornings, but bright with some sunshine, a lovely morning. Then during the morning, I think cloud will tend to build up a little, and you might just find it spoils things for a while around the middle of the day, particularly central and southern parts of Britain, I think, seeing a fair old build-up of cloud, but it'll still feel warm out there. Temperatures up to 20 across East Anglia and the southeast. And then later in the day, we'll pull in definitely a veil of cloud through Ireland and western Scotland. The breeze will pick up, and we've got some rain coming in as well. It's a very unsettled picture for northern parts of Britain. It just looks as though the fronts will just fizzle to almost nothing by the time they threaten southern parts. So as you can see, even through tonight and tomorrow, there will be some rain, but it'll, I think, only grind to a halt through the middle parts of Britain, through the north and west of England and Wales. The southeast is set fair again, and the north will see blustery conditions and showers. And into the weekend, eastern parts seeing a warming up at 20, 21, 22 Celsius for the west, seeing yet more rain.
Weather updates, sponsored by Qatar Airways.
As you go through life, you leave a trail called your credit history. With Credit Confidential, you can keep an eye on it. So if you spot any errors, or an identity thief threatens to turn your life upside down, things can carry on running smoothly. Check your credit history and see your credit rating at creditconfidential.com.
The perfect Hotwire getaway. Shop till you drop. Relax by the pool at a 4-star hotel for a 2-star price from Hotwire.com. When hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them, so you get them at incredible prices, backed by our low price guarantee. Like 4 stars in London. Our standard rate $127. Hotwire hot rate just £75. Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Sky TV customers, unlock your very own kingdom of TV on demand with Sky Broadband Unlimited and Sky Anytime Plus. Enjoy truly unlimited broadband, free for your first 3 months, and hundreds of movies, shows and series box sets on demand, all ready to watch when you want through your Sky Plus HD box. That's Sky Broadband Unlimited free for your first 3 months, then just £7.50 a month after that when you join with Sky Talk and Skyline Rental, and enjoy Sky Anytime Plus for no extra cost. Call 08442 410 680. Sky. Believe in better.
Drinking just 1 pot of Benecol a day is enough to lower cholesterol, a major risk factor for heart disease. Benecol, proven to lower cholesterol. Now in delicious new raspberry.
At Homebase, we've everything you need to create your perfect kitchen. And right now, all kitchen cabinets are half price. Plus, when you spend over £300 on your kitchen, including appliances, sinks, taps, worktops and accessories, there's an extra 20% off. A little inspiration goes a long way at Homebase.
Incredible! West Ham are relegated!
With 1 down and 2 to go, Survival Sunday is on. Follow the big games in the fight for survival. Champions Manchester United beat Blackpool, Tottenham against Birmingham, and Stoke versus Wigan. All 3 fixtures live and available simultaneously. Ford Survival Sunday from 3 p.m. Sky Sports HD.
Hello there, very nice to see you on Thursday morning. We've got James Whale doing the papers today, so you'll be advised to get all your friends out of bed this morning. Let them know that he's here, ready with the newspapers. And we've got breaking news coming in first of all. The head of the International Monetary Fund, Dominic Strauss-Kahn, he has resigned from his job. Of course, he's in New York. He is remanded in custody, charged with trying to rape a hotel maid. He's been under pressure to step down. Here is what he said in his resignation letter. It is with infinite sadness that I feel compelled today to present to the Executive Board my resignation. I think at this time first of my wife, whom I love more than anything, of my children, of my family, of my friends. He continues, to all, I want to say that I deny with the greatest possible firmness all of the allegations that have been made against me. I want to devote all my strength, all my time and all my energy to proving my innocence. Let's go to our business correspondent, Darshini David. Darshini, obviously this has just happened within the last hour. Unexpected or not?
Well, there has been growing pressure, of course, for Dominic Strauss-Kahn to actually step aside, as you were saying, and not least from the likes of the U.S. Treasury Secretary, so President Obama's top finance man. So that kind of pressure is quite compelling, of course. Now, investors and traders across the city will have woken up to this news. They'll be digesting it alongside their lattes as they head to their desks. And, of course, the IMF is all about bringing stability to the world economy, and we need it now more than we've needed it for decades. And that's been underlined by all the help they've had to give the likes of Portugal and Greece and Ireland in recent months. And Dominic Strauss-Kahn was seen as being the man who drove that forward. But because of his arrest, of course, he wasn't at a crucial meeting of ministers on Monday, and that underlined the fact that his absence really was a problem. So there's been growing pressure going forward for the IMF to step up and have a plan. And of course, don't forget, this is a man anyway who's expected to move on in the next year. So in some ways, I think for the markets and for the city, even if it's a little bit of a surprise, it'll still come as something as a relief, ultimately, if it brings more stability. The next question, of course, they're going to be asking is who's going to replace him. People have been talking about our very own Gordon Brown and also the French finance minister, Christine Lagarde. But there's also growing voices saying, look, we need someone outside of Europe for a change to head up the IMF, perhaps someone from China or India. So plenty here to keep the markets and the city interested, but at the same time, a very dramatic development indeed.
I want to put some of those suggestions, Darshini, thank you for that, to Martin van der Weer. Martin is the business editor of The Spectator, who's come on the line now as well. Martin, where's your money as regards who's going to succeed him?
Good morning to you. Madame Lagarde, or the French finance minister, is a sort of hot favourite, largely because the favourite for this is always French. I mean, the French have held this job for